Hi everyone, hope you are doing well from wherever you're watching this channel, depending on your time zone. During the campaign, the Kenya Kwanza side, led by President William Samoei Ruto, were campaigning on agenda of helping Mama Mboga and Bodaboda through the Hustlers Fund. The name Mama Mboga was mentioned severally. The name Bodaboda riders was mentioned everywhere, every time they got out to address the people. And Ruto was talking about the hustler, the youth. He promised to launch a hustlers fund that was going to help this group of people. So those are the people Ruto targeted during the campaign. But we have seen the drama that they have been playing around with the issue of hustlers fund. To an extent, even people are losing appetite maybe to go and enroll for that loan. But today, the Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua has finally break the sad news to Bodaboda riders. He has made it clear, and even is confusing in his statement. He is finally saying that the Hustlers Fund is going to target women. Because women in this country are people you can only trust. And therefore, 50% is going to go to the women. But again, in his statement, he's saying that they are going to give 70%. So, the clear position is that women are going to get 70% of Hustlers Fund. The rest will be remaining to be shared by the youth, Bodaboda riders, and the men in the house. Watu wengine wale wote. Listen to Gachagua shortly, and then we'll continue with this conversation.
Hustlers Fund, 50% is reserved for the women of Kenya. And even if it was not reserved, they will be the beneficiary. They will take more than 70% of that fund. The women of Kenya are very hardworking and very enterprising. They are also of very high integrity, that we are very happy that they will take most of this fund because they will pay. They know the money is not for free. Again, we will seek your help in strengthening the Hustlers Fund. And that is one of the way of the bottom-up economic model and making sure no one is left.
Now we are continuing with the panel discussion, but just a quick request for those who are watching and they are yet to subscribe, please consider subscribing so that another time once it is a video like this one will always get notified. Again, to all our channel subscribers, and on the comment, those who have joined the channel membership, thank you so much for your unconditional support. Again, I'm requesting to give this video a thumbs up so that YouTube can commend our videos to more viewers. Back to our discussion. Now, if you listen to this government with the kind of statement they are coming with, left, right, center, so many confusing statements. They have been correcting themselves every time. You can conclude and say that these people have no money. They have no money. The hustler fund they're talking about, they don't have. So they're looking for means to make it look like at the end of the day people refuse to go and maybe register to borrow this money. But in real sense, there is no money. The issue of Hustlers Fund is not there. The other day they said that people are going to be jailed for 5 years or you pay 10 million in case you defraud Hustlers Fund. Default. If you default the Hustlers Fund. Now they are changing to say that those people who will be facilitating that program or service, in case they mess up with the money, they are the one who will be jailed. But again, the clear indication from William Ruto is that borrowing Hustlers Fund, you don't need any board to sit and agree on who to lend this money. So if you don't have this board, who are you going to jail, or who are you putting the 10 million file you are saying, fine, that they're saying, oh, the money we're talking about, 10 million, is money they're going to put on those people who will be facilitating for this service. Nani mjinga hapa? wanakoroga nani? Actually, President Ruto said that wajinga walisha Kenya. It is true. Hakuna wajinga Kenya. People are brave. People are wise. They understand what he's saying. Even when he's making a mixed reaction, they know. Kenyans are well aware that the president is simply lying to them. Because now, in fact, accessing Hustlers Fund, it means you will just go to just lending facilities like any other, any bank, ama all those lending platforms. They will simply give you a form, ile wameandika Hustlers Fund, then you fill it. According to William Ruto, that's how you will get this thing. So, the circle they're taking around Kenyans is waste of time. Today, Ruto has finally betrayed the Bodaboda. If indeed women will get this money, I don't think so. It's just a language they are trying to use. Gachagua has communicated the government position as the deputy president that they can only trust the women in this country to give the Hustlers funds because they believe they will return the money. But during the campaign time, they trusted women and men, Bodabodas and the youth to vote for them. And that's exactly what they did. Ruto reached out to the Bodaboda riders. And they trusted them to vote for him. They did so. Ruto reached out to youth in this country. He trusted them. And they had hopes they would vote for him. Indeed, they voted for him. Because now he's the president. But now he cannot trust the Bodaboda riders with the Hustlers Fund he had promised to give them. Why change the position, Mr. President? He cannot trust the youth with the Hustlers Fund, but he trusted them to vote for him. Double standards. Where are we heading to? Or who was lying to who? Or is Ruto telling us that Bodaboda riders did not vote for him, the youth did not vote for him, and therefore he's a product of Venezuela and Chebukati, the IEBC chairman? I think this is maybe what the president is trying to tell us that here. Maybe women voted for him, and then the rest was the product of IEBC chairman and the Venezuelans. As simple as that. But if Ruto is a product of Mama Mboga, Bodaboda riders, the youth, and men, lazima the senior citizens, wanaume walipiga kura pia. If he's a product of all these people, the elders in the society, then he has no reason to doubt if they can refund this money. Wapee kila mtu mkopo. Boy child is left out to suffer. Even if you ask these women, they will tell you that their boy child is suffering. He has been forgotten. They have nowhere to go. So Ruto has drawn the line. But I think again, because Ruto is taking the advantage of the trust women have always had. You know, when you promise them, they always trust. Most of them, they will trust. That's why they will vote for you according to what you have promised. So he's taking the advantage of trust women have had to play with it, and now try to say that the Hustlers Fund will be given to women, 70%. Yet at the end of the day, even this woman accessing this Hustlers Fund, it is going to be another nightmare. Not easy. So you again play with them and go to the people perceived to be weak point. I know women are not weak point. But you see, because of their trust, he now want to play game with the Mama Mboga in this country. I'm telling you, even Mama Mboga going to borrow this money, the process is tedious. It's a problem. So we are seeing a president who has decided to betray people who voted for him, if indeed he is a product of the people. He targeted the youth, and actually, during the campaign, I saw Ruto giving handouts to the youth. He was giving to Bodaboda handouts. But why Hustlers Fund? Another to segregate, and then now choose which side to give and which side not to get this money. Youth are jobless in this country. Youth Fund was here to help them. If Ruto is saying that Hustlers Fund will go 70% to women, why can't he just call it Women Fund? The way we had Youth Fund for youth. Then just call it Women Fund, period. And the people will understand the owners of this fund, those people who need to go and apply. Draw the line. And these are some of the reasons why. Now I'm agreeing with the Pastor Ezekiel. We were Mombasa, our Life Church. I am agreeing with Pastor Ezekiel that there is going to be a problem in the next general election. Because Ruto promised a lot, but delivering is a problem. He might not deliver what he promised. People are going to turn against him. They are going to fire him in the next general election. It will be a protest vote against this government. And Ruto will be the biggest victim in the next general election because of lying too much and delivering little.